Good afternoon, Flosstube friends. I've been away from filming, but I've been stitching. This is Wednesday, April 5th, and it is a beautiful, cooler, sunny day here in Texas after thunderstorms that rolled through at 4 this morning and woke everyone. Lucy, me, my husband, but it's wonderful to see the sunshine, and we are grateful that the thunderstorm was not severe. So I have a table full in front of me because I have not been with you in so long. I cannot even believe how many things I have on this table. So be patient, have a beverage of choice with you, and some fun stitching if you can. I do have Lucy here who's bringing me her ball. I'm gonna throw her ball one time like I've done before, and then maybe she'll come see us and settle down. I've been running errands, so she's excited to play. So I am working this year on finishes from my very large whip pile. And I had said no haul and maybe no new starts except for my birthday start. And I've sort of fallen off the wagon, but I am finishing. I have a fully finished object that you have seen finished. I have a finished object, and I have two fully finished objects. One more fully finished that you've seen that was stitched a long time ago, and I have it to show you also framed in a hoop. I just hope I can keep everything straight. Before I get into the stitching, I want to show you what spring on my kitchen windowsill and my dining room table look like. I am so impressed by these miniature African violets. I've shown you this one before, but look at those blooms. So this one sits on my dining table on a mirror, and it looks so cheering and so spring-like. I'm just in love with these blossoms. So I splurged, went back to the same nursery and bought another one because I've wanted a white African violet for a very long time since I lost one that I had. Now this one has only been with us about a week, but I think you can see those buds that are about to bloom. This is a new little pot that they carry that is self-watering. You see the water under there. But oh, how sweet. And this one is probably going to be just as full as its lavender friend. And then people, 3 of our 5 orchids are blooming. Now this is the one that is in the most full bloom. So it is also in the kitchen window. Oh my word. It just makes me so happy. And I cut and brought in the house, my first for the year, heirloom English rose. And I didn't bring it to show you. It's in the bedroom on my stitching table, but it is so fragrant. So spring is definitely here. Okay, let's first look at the finished object, which you've seen me work on. This is Hello from Liz Mathews, Winter Garden. And I used all the DMC threads except one substitution, and I want to tell you which one that is, and then I'll show you the piece. So she calls for Gloriana or DMC. I used all the DMC. The only one I substituted was the soft white, which if you can see, and maybe you'll see on my piece, are the tiny little snowflakes. So instead of the soft white, I substituted 3072, which is almost a bluish gray. Can you see that? The soft white would not have shown up even on my stark white fabric. Soft white was 822. So the one that I have substituted is 3072. Let's try this. And hopefully you'll be able to see them a little bit on the finished piece. I'm going to put that out of the way. So here is the completed, I'm so excited, winter garden. And it is on 28 count white even weave that I had in my stash. You may not concede those soft white snowflakes that I changed. I think you can barely see them. I think I've said on this video before that these colors do not come through on the screen as vibrant as they are. The blues especially, even the pink a little bit. But what a lovely design, winter garden. It just is so creative. The reindeer, but then I'm assuming moths that live in the winter. Most of them are brown and tan. And then the stars and some blossoms. I just love it. It's my first hello from Liz Mathews. 2 over 2 on the mystery even weave, 28 count. So this would be my third finish for 2023. I'm excited about that. Then we bit the bullet and took Music Amongst the Trees to be framed. And this one is by Rosewood Manor. I've shown you the pattern before, so I didn't bring it today, but we trusted our framer this time, the one we love so much at Hobby Lobby, and I do think he made an amazing choice with our frame and our mat. Look at this piece. So the frame is a gray wood, and then the mat is that same color. It doesn't look like it here, but it is exactly the same color as this stitching and some of the dark stitching here. And I know you're getting some reflection on that. I'm sorry. We could not be more pleased with this. It is hanging in what we call our great room, which is kind of the den. And every time I walk past it, it just makes me smile. So thrilled to have it on the wall. And you know, we've talked about this before. Every time you look at this piece, you see an animal or features of a tree that you didn't see before. And I know for those of you who've done, what is it called? For a Forest Grew, it's also Rosewood Manor. It's the same way. You see different animals, different little features of trees. So, all framed, ready to enjoy. All right, then, I didn't bring the other fully finished. Let me grab it. It's right here on the kitchen wall. And if I have shown this to you before, please just ignore. But I finished this one in a hoop, and I have another one I want to finish in a hoop that I'm going to show you. Excuse me, I'll be right back. It's right here. This one is by Modern Folk Embroidery. It was a free pattern, and I stitched this several years ago and put it in my stack of finished pieces. But this one says, "Let's be kind." I did it in the blue, the monochromatic royal blue. And I just used the gingham ribbon on the side. But the more I look at this, when I see it on the kitchen wall, I'm kind of thinking about taking this ribbon and wrapping the hoop. I don't know if I want to take the whole piece apart, so I'm thinking about that. But what fun to have it up on the wall, finished by me quickly and cheaply, and then to be reminded, let's be kind. You remember I finished in a hoop a piece for my daughter this summer, and so we just followed the same approach that we used before. This is a mystery blue even weave that was gifted to me, and I believe it is 32 count. So I used 2 over 2. And I don't remember the DMC color, just that royal blue that I'm always attracted to. So another fully finished. Now there are some whips on this table, and there is, well, maybe there are 2 new starts and more to come, because on this Friday, 2 days from now, I am turning 66 years old. And so, with the enabling of a friend, whose name I will not mention this time, we are doing 6 starts for my 66th. So much like Stitchy Sally did with her Stitchy friend Lainey Main on Instagram. And they did 6 starts for Lainey's 60th birthday. Or maybe both ladies were turning 60. But I love that idea, so I stole it. My new start this week for my birthday is one that you've seen before that I am doing for my daughter, one of my other daughters, and hopefully for my granddaughter. I have gotten 2 of them cut out, and I've been stitching on one of them. This one is called Pink is an Attitude by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And let me show you how far I have gotten. This has been fairly quick to stitch. This is a 28 count even weave that I got on sale at Hobby Lobby when they had their markdown sale. Let me just see if I can make this look less wrinkled. All right, so this is how much I've done. Pink is more than a, and it's gonna say color. It's an attitude. So I'm gonna tell you which DMC pinks I used. It's just been such a fun stitch. For the crown on the top, I used a variegated pink that I had picked up at Hobby Lobby. This one is number 48, DMC number 48. Lucy, oh goodness, we have Lucy barking. Someone at the door maybe. So that's the variegated crown. And then the darkest pink, Lucy, come here, is number 602, which is this one. I have all these in here together, but here we go. Beautiful dark pink. And then we have the medium pink, which is 603. And then the light pink, which is 604. That was easy. So you can see all those in my little floss away bag. So 602, 603, 604, and the variegated number 48. So that will be all pink on white. I forgot to bring the fabric today that I want to make this into a pillow with. So that will be a fun surprise for next time. I have it, but I just didn't pick it up in this mix. Okay, another whip that is also a new start, but not this week. I started this one a couple of weeks ago, is my first Dimensions Gold kit that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. It's called Cherry Blossom Creek, and I am doing this as a stitch along with my friend Donna. And all the pink, people, I just realized how much pink I'm stitching, but look how lovely so far. Oh, I've really had fun with this. So I measured and remeasured and measured again so that I could start in the top left corner, which is what I normally do. That's left to you, to me, and right to you, so that I could get right into those beautiful pink trees. So that is what you're seeing. And I'm trying very hard to make beautiful stitches. I am using my Thread Heaven on this floss. Now that I've gone down here to play with the half stitches, I'm coming back up here to fill in pinks and whites, and I believe there's going to be some gray for the tree trunks. This is on 16 count. Is it 16 count blue, Ada? Yes, 16 count blue, Ada. Now, I've been very impressed with the dimensions kit. The only negative that I have dealt with is the needle. The needle was terrible, so I threw it away. Normally I don't do that. I put them in a special place in case I'm in a needle emergency, but that one was worthless, so I pulled out some that I prefer. This is mostly done 2/1, sometimes 3, I believe, if you're doing the half stitch. Excuse me. I won't go beyond 3 per stitch. I've listened enough to Stitch Bliss Corner, Mary Rose, I love Mary Rose, to know that on these dimensions kits you don't have to use 4, 5, 6 strands if you don't want to. It just makes it more difficult. And you probably won't sacrifice too much of your dimensions effect. So 2/1, sometimes 3/1 if it's a half stitch. Let me show you the gorgeous flosses. No matter what you say about dimensions, these are just beautiful. And I took several Flosstubers' suggestion. Mary Rose was one of those, and punched a hole above each color for my extra thread. Now, when I have to do blends, I'm going to just use a floss organizer, which I have. I just didn't bring that either. So here is I am more organized than I seem, guys. Here's the other beautiful palette. And here I've got a lot of extras. And then, since we have so much pink and green, oh, come on, where are you? You have bundles. So there's the green bundle, and we have pink bundles. I mean, I'm just pinking out. This is fun. There's a pink bundle and a gray. So those tree trunks are probably going to just be everywhere. That's my gray bundle. So, and there's another green. Okay, fun, so relaxing, such a different stitch. I'm marking it off with my pattern. I made a working copy. That was the other thing I wanted to remember to say since I'm new to these kits. I took it to Staples and I got color copies of the chart so that if I lose or mess up one, it's my working copy. And it helps so much. I put it on my magnetic board and I'm just coloring in when I finish a section of stitches. Okay, another whip that you've seen, but not as often as I would like for you to see it, is Needleworker's Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm doing this sal with Natalie of Home Sweet Home Handmade. I need to tell you about Natalie. We need to go give her all kinds of love. She is, if not already at 1,000 subscribers, she was like within 6 of having 1,000, and you will love Natalie if you have not already found her. So go give her a subscription and a lot of love. She is in Great Britain with that beautiful accent. She has the sweetest cat, Betsy cat, and stitches for other people so generously. I'm inspired. Lovely, lovely projects, but we are doing this sal together, so go give her some love. We need to get her over 1,000. She should be way up there in subscribers. So what I did on this one was make a big mistake, and so I'm having to put things back and I'm having to rip out. So this is on hand-dyed even weave that was gifted to me. It is Jobelin, I found that out, and it is 32 count, called Summer Sky. So let me show you what I have. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So I got a lot of the lady done, And I should have just stuck with her because I got bored with the skirt, so I thought, oh, I'll go over to the house. And as I told you before, I just stitched and stitched and stitched. I was having so much fun with that house. And then I realized that right here, between those windows, I had put 4 rows of stitching rather than 3. So the whole symmetry would be messed up because, as you can see, there are gables on that house. It needs to be symmetrical. So here's what I've been doing, and I spent just 2 stitching periods on this. I am ripping out from here over, but not all at once because it's just making me, and what did I do? Oh, I put this all in on the side that's correct, and I just need to finish the window. The door is fine. So I'm going to keep ripping, and I'm starting to put back here on the bottom. Sorry to be wiggly. It's such a darling, darling design. And I just wish I had slowed down and paid attention to the pattern. But I will get this ripped out, and I will get that house finished, Natalie. We must. Natalie has done the whole alphabet, and I'm dying to get that alphabet stitched. And I want to say she's done this border, and then I believe, or maybe this border. Maybe it's this border. And she's done the whole roof, which looks so nice. Sorry, that's crooked. So I do want to spend more time on this one, and I will this next few weeks. I pulled out the rather old, but not as old as some of my whips, Owl Forest Embroidery, Russian windows. This was chosen by my husband because of the gorgeous colors, which really you are not seeing the vibrancy. They are muted colors, but they are still vibrant, and their floss is oh so delightful to work with. So all I've done here, yes ma'am, I'll show you to everybody. Just a minute. Lucy's trying to get my attention. All I've done on this, but it was sort of a one afternoon, is to put, oh, we don't need any pink, to put this motif in, and you can, let me hold this up. You can see how much I've done. So forgive the see-through effect. So I'm adding motif to this really large window here. Where's my pattern? So it's this here that I'm putting in. Let me try to show you one more time. I love this linen. I'm not sure what it is, although I do have it. So if you need to know, I can look it up for you. Oops. So here we are. So I want to get this next very large window finished. I think you can see the variegation. Next time I show you this, I want to be able to get up close. And I also want to show you the floss. There is nothing like that floss. I just love it. It's one of my favorites to work with. Okay, you know that my next focus for a finish is probably one of my oldest whips, and it is called Dankworth by Long Dog Samplers, which was selected when we returned from our first trip to Scotland before our daughter went there for graduate school, because of the beautiful unicorns we saw at Linlithgow Palace outside of Edinburgh. But I have spent so much time on this piece frocking. I keep miscounting, or I put the wrong color where it doesn't belong. So here's what I'm doing. The top band is partially finished, as you can see. And there's something going on here. I've got to figure out if it can be fudged or if my miscounting will affect the symmetry of that design. But I moved on down to this band. And let's see, guys, I'm making you dizzy. This unicorn needs his other front leg, so I need to go put that in. But what I have done since I saw you last is to do the middle yellow motif and the basket. I guess it's a berry bowl that matches this, and started this unicorn. And of course, I've had to frog a little for him, but I think we're on track now for him. So what I think I'm gonna do next is to put his little leg in so he'll be all together. There is a patch up here where I used the wrong brown, so I'm gonna have to frog just those few out and get the correct brown. And then I guess I'll go over here and work on him, or do this over here and then fill in the unicorn. Then I have a whole nother band underneath. Let me show you what that looks like. So it will be this one. And then I'll go back up and fix whatever up here. But this one is going to stay active, even if I only pick it up once every couple of weeks, because it's beautiful. My husband knows exactly where he wants to hang it. So I need to finish it. If he wants to frame it, we want to finish it. Let me hold up the whole thing one more time. It's not one of the long dogs that you see stitched a lot, but we really love the old world motifs, especially those unicorns and those flowers. So long dog samplers, Dankworth. Okay, let me show you my knitting, and very quickly, and then I will show you the ones that I want to start for my birthday and the finishes that I have planned. And if you're hanging on, I'm so excited. You know, I picked up knitting after giving up on it many times because we were having a class at our church. We're still having this class. We just don't meet but every 2 months. So I'm actually making some progress. It's just basic white baby yarn, and I'm doing an Afghan. So that isn't messed up. It's just the way it's on the needle. There's a little bit of discoloration here, and I'm hoping that's going to wash out. It was just in the yarn. So this is the one where you do knit 5, cast on 5, knit 5. Then you, for every other row, do knit 2, yarn over, knit to the end of the row, until you get to 144 stitches on your needles, and then you start decreasing. Finally, this week, out of desperation, I found a video that showed me how to pick up a dropped stitch. Thank goodness, because I was going to drive the sweet lady at church crazy asking her to fix it. So now I'm able to pick it up and work on it without feeling panicked if I drop a stitch. I did want to tell you how much I love these circular needles, and I actually remembered to bring the package for you. So let me show you. This was on sale at, well, it was just full price, I think. Loops and Threads, but it is Pony brand for loops and threads, circular color aluminum needles, US 6. But it has the little construction where that little gold ball that attaches to your cord makes moving the stitches much easier. It says ultra smooth, snag free transition of the stitches onto the clear, soft cable. I've really enjoyed those. So Pony for loops and thread. That was Michael's, and I believe they were $6.50. And I do have my knitting in my beautiful Liberty of London bag that my husband gifted me with a few Christmases ago. So I've enjoyed that so much. Okay, hang in there. We're almost finished. And Lucy has fallen asleep at my feet, so I will show you her before we finish. I grabbed, why did I grab this? Where did I get this? I ordered it. Maybe from 1-2-3 Stitch. Oh, goodness, people. Anyway, if you remember, I had finished one of the History of Sheep, and this is on Vintage Country Mocha. So I want to do them all on the same fabric. show you that more slowly. So I ordered the next pattern, or one of the next. This is number 2. This is by Jardin, Prive. And if you can see the sheep jumping over the fence with the little house in the background and the alphabet. So what I need to do is order some more of the Vintage Country Mocha. This is an even weave, and I think it's 28 count. Now, there are 2 more of these, I believe, and I really do want to do all of them. Lucy has brought me 2 of her toys, so I'm going to pick her up. Come here. And then maybe I can throw a toy and she will be okay. Forgive me. All right, here's Fluffy Girl. She has grown all of her hair back from her haircut. So we have the little funny paws again. And she is not going to look because she has no clue why I'm talking and not paying her any attention. She's a mess, spoiled little mess, 1 mile a day, green beans taking place of some of her kibble, and I don't think we've lost a single pound, or even part of a pound. But she's a sweetheart most of the time, except when she wakes me up really early because she thinks she has to go out. Anyway, I'm going to throw her toy very quickly. All right, guys, thank you for your patience. We'll see what she does with that. Okay. So what are we going to start for our birthday? I have several options. If I'm going to do 6, we count 1 as the pink. My husband had so graciously chosen this for me several birthdays ago, at least 2 years ago. Another beautiful Hands Across the Sea sampler. This is Sarah Borton, 1815. And I'm going to try not to get your glare too much. Look at that precious scene with the well and the people working and the house and the trees. But the colors are what drew us, the pinks and the blues. Now he had gotten as much of the silk as my needlework store had at the time, but I'm short a lot of silk. So I'm going to try to start in the middle and just use DMC 310 because this is black. I don't want to buy black silk, I don't think. And this part is 1/1, so I'll be jumping in with both feet. But look at these gorgeous colors. I know you've seen them before because I think I've showed you. But oh my goodness. So I'll have to try to add 1 or 2 at a time. Aren't those beautiful? This Soie d'Alger. And the fabric he chose is a very pale green. It's called limestone, and it is 36 count. Oh, good, that's true to color. So let's see if you can see anything. So this one has to get started just because it was a gift for my birthday and because it will take me a long time to do it. So we'll get a start. That will be sometime in the month of April. I'll let you know if I get it started. Then I would like to start, please excuse me, the sheep piece, if I can get the fabric. Of course, I forgot to get it when I was down at the stitch niche, but that will be this one, which should be a quick finish. And this is the one I would like to start on my birthday. I have had this Rosewood Manor Dogwood lace for a very long time, and I never could decide what color I wanted to stitch it in or what fabric, but I knew I did not want to do red. I love dogwoods. They are some of my favorite trees, definitely one of my favorite spring blossoms. And I grew up with a grandmother who had a row of dogwood on her property, and some were pink and some were white. So everywhere I go, I look for them at this time of year. So I finally looked up the pink dogwood bloom online, since I can't find one live lately. I've seen a lot of white ones, and went down with my picture on my phone to the stitch niche and had the sweet owner, Kim, help me look through all the pink floss, variegated, everything she had. So, and then we looked at fabric. So what we picked is a 37 count legacy linen called Cloudburst. And I'm hoping this will I don't know what you can see. It is a grayish, silverish, but look at this variegated pink. I'm not sure how it's going to look until I start it, but I just think this is as close to a dogwood blossom as I'm going to get, and it is, as you can see, variegated. This is not Gentle Art or Weeks. I've never seen this before. Didn't know DMC made it. It's Moulinet, DMC Moulinet. I don't know what else it's called, but isn't that lovely? So I bought all she had in this die lot because I'll need to have plenty. So hopefully I'll start that on Friday. I can't wait. I will do a center start just to be safe. But we have plenty of fabric. Kim figured me 3-inch borders. So I'm hopeful that that will be a fun start and a quick finish. Not quick, but quicker than My Hands Across the Sea. Then we have several other options of what we can start. So we have Dogwood Lace, we have the Hands Across the Sea, Sarah Borton. We have the Pink is an Attitude, which I showed you. We have the Sheep, History of Sheep. That's 4. So I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go for anything else, but this one is called Tree Toppers, and it's another one I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I just love those birds. And since it's all here for me, I might start this one. I definitely have either some blue even weave or maybe some beige. That would be nice rather than the beige Ada, although this might not be so bad. I'll figure that out. This is a 14 count ivory Ada. So I might try to go a little bit smaller. We'll see what I have in my stash. And then we have haul, one thing, other than the sheep I just showed you, and the 2 pillows that I want to, actually 3, that I want to fully finish. The other haul that I got is this reprint of Prairie Schooler. It's called Hello Spring. And since I'm trying to do some things that I can finish on my own, let me just take it out. This appealed to me also because I love the farm animals and especially these farm animals. So let me get it out for you. I'm thinking small pillows in a bowl or a basket. So the sheep, the duck with the ducklings, the hen, the rooster, even the pig, and the piglet is adorable, and that bunny. So there we go. We'll see. Maybe one of those could be a start. And look at this bunny. Oops, I don't want to show that pattern. Hang on. Okay, let me see. We can do that. Can you see that precious bunny? So that was my splurge. I got that down at the Stitch Niche when I went to get the fabric for Rosewood Manor. And she has a very kind 20% off for your birthday, one day in the month of your birthday. So that kind of clinched the deal. I behaved, though. I really could have done some serious damage, people. You know, I think I have some haul coming up because I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'm bad. There's just no other way around it. Okay, this was a finish several years ago. It's another Prairie Schooler, April. And I did it on that same mystery blue even weave. And it's just been with my other finishes sitting there. Well, it's April. I need this out. So I went to Joann this week, and guys, these colors could not have been better. Look at this fabric for this design. And this is Liberty of London fabric, which Joann carries. So this will be a tall pillow, and I'm going to stuff it really tightly so that it will stand up on the sofa, which is kind of the color of the sheet, kind of an off-white. And then when April is over, I can put it either on our bed or on the shelf in my craft room, which is also a guest bedroom. But I cannot wait to play with this, although you know finishing is not my gift. So I'm hoping to do the little panels, if I have enough fabric, for around the edge, and then have this as the backing. Since this is such expensive fabric, it is $35.95 a yard, and you cannot use a coupon on Liberty. I only got a fourth of a yard, but I figured for $9.50 or whatever I paid, this would just be worth it. Makes me so happy that that matches so well, because these are not like normal spring colors, but those bunnies and sheep in the grass and those ducks swimming, I just can't. So adorable. Okay, this one you saw before, and I want to make it into a long pillow. This is a Lizzie Kate, I'm pretty sure. Although I don't have this pattern anymore. I shared it with one of my daughters. So the fabric I chose for this one is this adorable garden fabric. And again, I think the colors are perfect, especially because the house, the roof of the house is kind of a periwinkle, I guess, and the pink. And this actually has that color in it. So this one I got at Hobby Lobby. If that isn't just spring right there. Carrots and flowers and blue, almost periwinkle flowers. Love it. So I've got some sewing to do. I appreciate your good thoughts because it's not my forte. And the last one I may have shown you as a finish. This was a DMC kit that we got on, also on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I did it on a mystery even weave that was gifted to me that has a sparkle to it. But I want this to hang in that front bedroom where I have my craft supplies. Aren't those beautiful colors? So I got this little hoop, and when I went to a Stitch In gathering a couple of weekends ago, there was a lady talking about using rickrack to wrap her hoops and then to tie up here. So I'm going to take this with me to Joanne on Monday or Tuesday. What day am I? Tuesday. And try to get one of the pinks. I just think that would be so adorable. So I know I can do that finish. Yes. So you may see 1, 2, 3 fully finished next time we talk. Thank you for your patience. I have rambled for 43 minutes. I do not have any books to talk about. I have been reading, but I don't have any that are finished that I can say, ooh, I recommend this. I hope I'll have some next time. If you are a person of faith, you know that this is Holy Week. We are coming up on Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday, and then, of course, Easter or Resurrection Sunday. So it is a week we will spend a lot of our time in church, then time with family, and I am so looking forward to all of those. And if you are not one who is a part of that celebration, that tradition, that belief, then I hope you are loving your spring if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, which would be your fall in the Southern Hemisphere. Wow. And I hope you are healthy and keeping very busy with your stitching. Thank you for coming today. If you're new, consider subscribing. Please don't forget to pop over to Home Sweet Home Handmade and give Natalie some Flosstube love. Subscribe if you have not. I will be so excited for her when she gets to 1,000. She may already be there, so we'll just put her over. She is planning an amazing giveaway for those 1,000 subscribers, so you want to get in on that. And I'll be back. I can't say when, but hopefully soon. I think that's all I was going to share today. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you soon. Bye.